And welcome in, everyone. As you haven't missed much so far, we're in the the 1-2. And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. And that will bring in Yandy Diaz. Lifetime against Martin Perez. He's just 2 for 9. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And he just couldn't keep that ball fair as it winds up a long foul ball. Still 2-2. Pitch on the way. And he takes strike 3 called, and it's a pair of punch-outs that begin the ball game. Digging in, Randy Arozarena. The first 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Down the first base line. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Rays go in order, 1-2-3. Tampa Bay held scoreless in the top of the inning. Red Sox coming to bat. You're watching MLB Network. Blake Snell will be the starter for the Rays in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire.
Here's a fly ball, well hit. Meadows moving back to the track, to the wall. Gone. He finds the short porch for a home run. Jackie Bradley Jr. has just clubbed a milestone home run of sorts. It's the 100th of his career.
Well, obviously, it's not easy hitting home runs, Matt, especially at this level. 100 home runs is nothing to scoff at, so I'm sure he'll be proud of this accomplishment when he gets to really think about it after a game, and you know he'll want that ball to hold on to.
Now at the plate, Dustin Pedroia, as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Line drive to center field. Arozarena is there, and he has it for the first out.
Batting third, the right fielder, Alex Verdugo.
Into the box now, Alex Verdugo. And something to watch out for is whether or not he'll be able to extend his 8-game hitting streak. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Pulled toward right center field. And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
Man, this guy's really starting to swing the stick again, D-Roll. That extends his hitting streak to 9 games.
Yeah, he's leaking into 3 series right here now. 9 games, that's getting firm. He's seeing the ball well, and he's making the proper adjustments at the plate.
Line toward the alley in left center, and he won't get it as that's down for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Boy, there's a bullet base hit right there, but you have to hold there, D-Roll, to make sure that gets down and isn't caught for a line drive double play.
Yeah, you have to play the game right there and respect the infield and respect the line drive. I know he wants to get a ribby for his buddy, but that's the way the game's played.
Line toward right center, and that's going to get down out there. And the runner from third crosses the plate.
Hey, this pitcher better make an adjustment. That's a lot of loud contact. That's 4 bullets in the first inning to open up this game.
At the plate, J.D. Martinez. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Not quite out of here as it's off the monster. as he arrives at second without a play, as a run will score on the play as well.
You always want to spot your pitcher a run or two early on, so he has a little bit of wiggle room. But that double, they're up 3-0 and absolutely cruising. If this guy on the mound doesn't find a way to get some outs, he's going to be heading to the showers before some of the fans are even in their seats.
Into the box, Bobby Dahlbeck. Hard hit ball to second. He's got it. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
That grounder was hard hit, and sometimes the runner at third will have to hold on a ball like that, but he was off on contact, and they opted to take the out at first instead.
Drilled on the ground to short. Adames picks it up. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate, and they put. Second inning coming up, and Heidi Watney has an update for us on the weather forecast.
Well, Matt, there is precipitation in the forecast, but talking with some of the grounds crew here before the game, they said they don't think it will have a significant impact as we move forward. We can't expect a light sprinkle, but there shouldn't be any stoppages in play.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. We'll hope that's true. And guys, what's the toughest thing about playing in damp conditions like this?
I'm going to be honest with you, Matty. If it stays like this, not a problem. It's just a nuisance. Yeah, the ball might be a little damp, throwing it across to first base. Might have to gather yourself a little bit more, but this weather won't affect anything.
And set up working the plate is Matthew Ross, as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Well, D-Row, you better be ready to swing. With Matt Ross behind the dish, big zone.
Yeah, you know coming into this one, you better pull the trigger. If something's close, Matt Ross is going to punch your ticket.
The 1-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Gloved by Bogarts. Throw on to first, 2 gone. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings up the corner infielder Ji-Man Choi. Into the corner and slicing foul. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Martinez has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Down in. Last half of the second set to go, and stepping in the long ball threat, Josh Bell. High in the air out to center field. Arozarena will wait on it. 1 gone.
Now batting, center fielder.
Coming to the plate now, Jackie Bradley Jr. He went deep in his first at bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Arozarena is there, 2 gone.
The batter, number 15.
Striding into the box, Dustin Pedroia hit it hard but lined out in his first at bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Wow, and the hits just keep piling up for them. Take a look at the numbers here. That's already 6 hits, and we're only in the second inning. We'll see if they can keep this up as the innings go on.
Digging in, Alex Verdugo. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at bat. Slapped hard the opposite way, but he'll flag this one down. Hit back up the middle. Bogarts to his left. He's there. And the throw here is in time. Very nicely done there at short for the first out.
Batting it, the left fielder, number 31, Brian O'Grady.
Just off the outside that time. Laid off for a ball. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there.
You know, when you haven't gotten a guy on base yet in the entire game, a 3-ball count kind of feels like a little mini rally. Let's see if he can get on.
And he fouls this one off. On the ground and right at the shifted infielders. There is Pedroia. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
The catcher.
Kevin Smith will be next. And he's seen his numbers on the rise here over the last 5 games or so. Popped him up. Vasquez moving to his left. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side.
Back here now as the Red Sox are ready to bat in the 3rd inning, and as they do, it's worth mentioning that their lineup has been one of the best in baseball this year. In fact, with the highest team batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage in all of Major League Baseball, it's probably safe to say they have the absolute best offense in the sport these days. As one player told me earlier, yeah, I mean, you don't have to dig too deep into the stats to understand the level we're playing at. We have a special group, we know it, and we still think we can get better. Safe to say no one else around the league hopes they can, guys.
Now batting.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Xander.
One gone in the inning now. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. Around first, he's digging for second. And he'll reach second now with 1 away.
And they've had some good at-bats against him all game long. It seems like it's just been hard hit after hard hit. As we take a look at his line here, the numbers do not lie. This has not been one of his better outings, and he'd be the first to tell you that.
To the plate now, J.D. Martinez. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Racing back the center fielder. Gone! Two-run shot to straightaway center. Number 11 for him on the season. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Well, he's given up 2 long balls in just 2 1/3 innings of work. So it seems as though they might have his number here. Not sure how much more the manager wants to see. He needs to turn it around quick if he wants to stay in this one for a while.
Now here comes the Tampa Bay manager out to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So a less than stellar performance here tonight as he makes the early exit and forces that bullpen into action much earlier than anticipated. Jalen Beeks is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the 3rd inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. So now to the plate, Bobby Dahlbeck. Meadows is camped under this one. 2 gone.
Now batting.
At the plate, Christian Vasquez. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Down the 3rd baseline. Scooped up. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. All set for the start of the 4th. And digging in is the veteran DH, Kevin Kiermaier.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Line toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
High in the air out towards shallow right. Verdugo in a few steps as he takes it. 2 down. Now batting, Randy Arozarena. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up. Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
The 1-2 is an off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Another try at 2-2. Hit on the ground to third. Devers fields it cleanly. Throw on to Bell at first, and the side is retired. Digging in for his second at-bat, Josh Bell.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Up next for the Red Sox.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Jackie Bradley Jr. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Line to second, where it's caught there for out number 2.
The batter, number 15. Second baseman.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Swinging a liner toward the gap in left center. O'Grady will get there, and he puts it away to... All set for the start of the inning, and standing in is the power-hitting second baseman, Brandon Lau.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Hit high and deep out to left center field. Back goes Martinez. And just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. And he'll make it in there safely as he starts out the 5th with a leadoff triple.
Now batting. Right fielder, Austin Meadows.
Here comes the Red Sox manager up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. A ball and 2 strikes now. Perez is adjusting to the new normal, as MLB now mandates that relievers reach the end of an inning or face 3 or more batters before being replaced. For a one-time lefty specialist like this, that's a big change. So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Austin Meadows becomes the first out of the inning. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Verdugo waits on it, makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And he will beat the throw, safe at the plate, and they're on the board. It's a 6-1 game now. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and up next will be Willie Adames. Grounder down the line at third, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Misses inside off the plate.
I know he buried that slider in right there, but that's a dangerous pitch. If he doesn't pot commit and bury that inside, it leaks out over the plate. He can get hurt with that pitch.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Alex Verdugo. Liner toward right center. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3. So he continues to hit the ball well. His second hit of the ball game, and he's aboard on the leadoff single as we take a look at the league leaders in hitting. And as you can see, he's right up there, 4th in the AL in that category. The 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are 2 aboard now.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time, it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs where you start figuring out what type of season you're going to have. He's obviously in May, and he's on fire.
D-Row, he's been locked in from day 1 of this season. It's continuing right now. Anything that is around the strike zone, he feels he can get the barrel to it, and he continues to hit line drives.
So a man at third here with 2 gone, and into bat next, one of the best run producers in the land, J.D. Martinez. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
The designated hitter, Bobby Dalbec.
In now, Bobby Dalbec. Skied into straightaway right. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So it's 1 run on 3 hits. At the plate, Brian O'Grady comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
A 1-2 count to the Rays catcher. And he looks at a sinker for a called third strike, and now there are 2 gone.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
So 2 outs now in the Tampa Bay 6th, and that means Kevin Kiermaier will hit next. Fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And just a masterful job of pitching here as he strikes out the side in order. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the inning now, and now it'll be the catcher, Christian Vasquez. Grounded slowly to the left side. Adames scoops it up, and a good throw gets him 1 gone. Into the box, Josh Bell. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here.
Yeah, pretty unlucky right there.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases.
Boy, Giro, there's a case of the outfield defense playing so deep that ball looked like it was extra bases all the way, but they were able to cut it off.
Yeah, not too many times I would agree. I'd love to hear your take on this as well. The no doubles defense, I kind of never understood it to begin with. I felt like the pitcher, if he can execute the game plan, could keep the ball in front of the outfielders, but right there, boy, I was wrong. That worked. Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
At the plate now, Dustin Pedroia. Hit out towards second, and that's through into center field. Base hit, and there's out number 2. Two men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th, and that brings up the outfielder Alex Verdugo. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Meadows is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd. Darwinzon Hernandez comes on now, and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7. The 2-1 is in off the plate. Randy Arozarena is on deck. Now a ball hit foul off to the right and up into the crowd.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Popped him up. And Pedroia looks this one in for out number 1.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
Now to the plate, Randy Arozarena. He was a ground out victim last time up. Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball. Just off the inside part of the plate. It's 3-1.
And this is where he's especially dangerous, because if you walk him, he can steal a base on you. But if you lay a fastball in there, he can take you deep, too.
A full count to the Rays center fielder. Here's the payoff pitch. Full count still. Hit hard down the line, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Standing in now, Brendan Lau checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Down in last half of the 7th here, and that brings up the third baseman, Rafael Devers. He pulls this one into right. Meadows has it, and there's one away.
The batter, number 2.
One man is out in the Red Sox 7th, and that'll bring up the shortstop and one of the better 2-strike hitters in baseball, Xander Bogaerts. Back up the middle. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batter, the left fielder.
And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Oh, now here's a drive out to the alley. Martinez will round first and head for second now. And he'll pull into second with his 4th hit of the ball game.
As a hitter, the only feeling better than hitting a bomb is driving one into the gap like that. He hustled out of the box knowing he was guaranteed a double, but I think he had thoughts of maybe a triple if the outfielder hadn't gotten it back in right away.
Yeah, there really wasn't any question about that one, going for extra bases off the bat. Aaron Luke comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Skied into straightaway right. Meadows moving back. But it's over his head, and it hops the wall for a ground rule double.
Now batting, catcher.
And this thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
Into the box, Christian Vasquez. Line down the left field line. But this will be foul. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Ready to begin the 8th, and Austin. Robert Stock is on to pitch here in the 8th with nobody out. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
1-2.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And we're going to have a quick stoppage here as a beach ball has made its way into right field. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1. Called strike 2. The 2-2. And it's fouled away. And another foul ball.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
And he He struck him out, so a fine inning here as he strikes out this side in order. Rays go. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and digging into bat next, the big bat of Josh Bell. The 1-1 home. Now a ground ball and a chance for Adames at short. And the throw to first is in time, 1 gone. Digging in and looking for more, Jackie Bradley Jr. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. 1-1, here it comes. And it's 1-2.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
Count still at 1-2.
He got a mistake right there, but missed it. Can't foul that pitch off in a big spot. 0-2 count. Heater caught too much of the zone.
The 1-2. Right side and right into the shift. Adames brings it in, and that's the second out.
The batter, number 15.
Striding in for Boston, Dustin Pedroia. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit softly on the ground to third. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is ready for another shot now. Brian O'Grady starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Clearly off with his timing on that one. A swinging strike. Popped him up. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first down.
Now batting.
So striding in, Kevin Smith, and he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. And that misses 2-2.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Hit out towards second. There to get it is Pedroia in the dirt, and oh, he can't quite dig it out.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
And he's back easily. Smith, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Fouled off. And he fouls this one off. Popped him up. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
So coming to the plate, Yandy Diaz. Tampa down to their final strike in this one. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Verdugo waits on it, makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Well, I know you don't want to jinx it by talking about it, but this streak now, it's up to 11 games. When you're playing this well, you think the good times are going to last forever. But in baseball, trust me, this game has a way of humbling you. They should enjoy this ride, though, while it lasts.
8-1 is the final tonight. Boston jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Oliver Perez earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Blake Snell couldn't get out of the first in this one as he takes the loss. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark